local breweries are popping up all over the Sun Coast and Tampa. Now, the best way to sample all the suds is a brew bus. And here to tell us how we can tour all of the breweries is the founders of the Brew Bus, Anthony Derby. Anthony, what's going on in the craft beer industry? It seems like it's going crazy.
It's a huge industry right now in the Tampa Bay area. You know, we have over 65 different craft breweries in the area,
Wow.
160 in Florida altogether. One thing that we're really focusing on is quality, not quantity. We want to make sure that we're putting out everything that we can basically out of these beers. So it's the idea of keeping the name of craft actually crafty and not being so big that you're distributing everywhere.
Now, how'd you come up with the idea of the Brew Bus?
So I was actually in Boulder, Colorado for college. I spent 5 years out there, University of Colorado at Boulder, and so I saw this like old beaten up school bus with no roof on it, touring all these different breweries, and I figured Tampa lacks public transportation, so this would be a great thing to do back here in home. I grew up in Tampa. My family helped start Cigar City Brewing as well. So.
Tell me now, you've got your own brewery?
Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
So we actually bought, back in 2015, we bought Florida Avenue Brewing, which was founded in 2010, that we bought in Seminole Heights in Tampa. So we're doing construction on that right now to be able to open hopefully in July.
So can you go on this bus?
I was going to say, you actually bought some beers with us. Let's maybe get those going while we keep talking to Linda a little
I can't have
bit.
one, I'm driving.
Oh, all right, she's right. And you know what, while you distribute, I like the concept that Linda just brought up. I mean, there are so many great places to go around town, but there is the safety concern.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of take care of that for us. Paul, I'll pass that back to you.
It's all right.
You just hold it.
Yeah, I'll just hold it.
Yeah, it'll be in the paper tomorrow. So tell us about the safety concept and how that contributed to the Brew Bus.
Absolutely, yeah. So each of our drivers are CDL certified with passenger endorsements. So we have 2 people on the bus at all times. We have a tour guide that's with them, and then also obviously the driver that gets us from point A to point B.
And you have a special license to get around the open carry
Correct,
law.
yeah. We have a common carrier license.
Not open carry. Open.
How many
That's
breweries
a
do you
totally
stop
different
at?
one.
So we typically stop at 3, but we can do more if you would like, but 3 seems to be the sweet spot. It takes about 4 hours.
So you get off the bus and drink and get back on and drink?
Absolutely, yeah. So we pay for your first pint of beer at each brewery that you visit, and then we also get a group tour there as well.
And you also get to try the beer that you brew as part of Brew Bus. So tell us which one we are trying first. This is hazelnut, I understand?
Yeah, this is called Hazelnut Spread Porter. It actually just won a medal at the Best Florida Beer competition.
Cheers.
So it's our 6.5%
Sorry.
porter with hazelnuts, vanilla beans, and cocoa nibs.
Wow. So I love the concept that you've taken
good.
the Brew Bus and then made a label out of it. So you're kind of doing, you know, multiple things there. And then you're also putting this in cans and something we can buy even
Absolutely,
down
yeah.
here.
You can buy Total Wine, Whole Foods, ABC, World of Beer, Brass Taps, the places like that, and a lot of independents as well.
This
Who
is
takes the
great.
Brew
Very
Bus?
rich.
I can see a wedding on this thing.
Absolutely. We do weddings, we do bachelor, bachelorette, we do a lot of
Bachelorette
corporate
party.
events during the week.
Candace and I are thinking girls'
birthdays as
night out. Moms with kids left at home.
Love it.
Hey,
Yeah.
works for us.
Well, it sounds
That's
like a
my
really
aim.
fun way to travel. So it's okay that they are drinking on this bus.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right, well, show us some of the other Brew Bus flavors that you're bringing here.
Yes, this is our You're My Boy Blue. It's an all-natural blueberry wheat.
that
So
sounds good.
it's actually a purple color.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's 5%. It actually won one of the best medals in the world at the Great American Beer Festival in Denver in 2015. We won
Wow.
a silver medal for it. It's a great beer. It's very sessionable. It's
Oh, that's
perfect summer beer.
fantastic.
Yeah, very fruity.
Yeah,
light.
it's not overly sweet as well.
No, it's
so.
Linda, how did you end up being
It's
designated
actually
driver?
Because I'm trustworthy and
Yeah,
so
so we actually have blueberry purees that we throw in on the hot
it's a
side
good-
of the brewing.
okay, right.
Yep.
You know, one thing I love about the craft beer industry, and it seems like you're all very supportive of each other. I mean, you're making your own beer, but yet you're taking patrons
Sure.
to other
No.
breweries.
Absolutely. I mean, we're
Looks
only
great.
18% of the market share, so anything more that we can gain in market share, we have to do as one, not as divided. So
Right.
it's very much brother and sisterly sort of industry.
That's
are
really
more
nice.
breweries coming up? More new ones opening?
Absolutely, yeah. There's new ones blowing up all over the place, especially in Florida. Florida's been kind of known as the hotbed of craft beer for the last few years now. So there's tons of them opening up just in Sarasota alone.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Why do
Yeah.
you think, like Sarasota, St. Pete, Tampa, why are we such a great market for craft beer?
So the I've read a statistic when I first got in the industry about 5 years ago now that 33% of all the beer consumed in Florida happens in the Tampa Bay area. This number might be off by a little bit.
That doesn't make it sound very good,
yeah,
does it?
so it kind of makes sense that more craft places would be popping up on
It's
this
because
side.
we're very much foodies, right? It goes with the palate and our
Absolutely.
food. That's the way we'll look
Yep.
at it. So, all right, so we've tried hazelnut, we've tried blueberry, and I understand you brought us one more.
Absolutely.
Though I don't want to put down the blueberry. I will admit that.
So that one is,
Yeah.
does
Yeah,
it
it's
taste
really
like
good.
blueberries?
It does. Linda, you're
Very
really not going to
subtle.
drive. We could give you a gift. You're not licensed to
I
drive.
thought you were driving. We haven't left the parking lot.
All right, show us another one.
Yeah, so this is our Last Stop IPA.
Oh, that's funny.
It's 7.2% alcohol by volume.
Oh,
You guys
so
are
it's
very
pretty high up there.
snarky. I like this
Yeah.
last stop.
And it's very citrusy. It's definitely
I
got
usually
your
don't
hop
like
bitterness
IPAs.
to it there, but it's definitely one of our best sellers
Oh,
as well.
now see, that's so funny. She went, and I went, I'm an IPA girl. And if there's one thing that I really appreciate all the brewery is that you do a lot of teaching as well. You talk about what goes in the beer. Honestly, I have no idea what goes in the basic beer you buy off the store shelf.
Yeah.
But we've learned through the time we've spent with craft brewers what is going in the beer and that there are natural ingredients.
It's a huge educational piece, craft beer in general. I mean, you're a $10 price point for a 6-pack. What makes people want to buy that? They're spending maybe 2 times more than a Miller Lite or a Bud Light. So it's a very big educational piece of what makes craft beer.
Which
craft
one of
beer.
your products has the most testosterone in it?
Probably our IPA.
It's the one I'm holding. You should have some.
Okay.
If you want to get an education and a little beer to go along with it, you can go to brewbususa.com and book your tour and find out more information about it. Next, we're going to get an Italian education from Paul Caragiulo and maybe a little education in how to be a little more dignified, too. We'll be right back.